Over the last several months, the GOP has made a concerted effort to change the national narrative from the economy, healthcare, and jobs to one of terrorism and national security. This began with subtle falsehoods by GOP operatives Dana Perino and Rudy Giuliani attempting to boost GOP and Bush's credibility on fighting terrorism. Take a look at this below.
And I don't say this to be political. I think it matters a lot what we call it. And we had a terrorist attack on our country. And we should call it what it is. We did not have a terrorist attack on our country during President Bush's term. I hope they're not looking at this politically.
What he should be doing is following the right things that Bush did. One of the right things he did was treat this as a war on terror. We had no domestic attacks under Bush. We've had one under Obama. Number two, he should correct the things that Bush didn't do right. Sending people to Yemen was wrong.
Giuliani subsequently modified his statements after many have pointed out that 9/11 occurred under Bush's watch and that there was in fact memos alluding to the possibility of the 9/11 attack that went ignored by his administration. Additionally, the British national who almost blew a plane out of the sky occurred under Bush's watch. The anthrax attack where several died occurred under Bush's watch. The DC sniper occurred under Bush's watch. The Chapel Hill SUV attack occurred under Bush's watch. The LAX shooting occurred under Bush's watch. Many other international terrorist events occurred under Bush's watch. This in itself does not mean somehow that Democrats are better at terrorism or at fighting terrorism than Republican. But the converse should not be true either. Neither party should claim that they are better at fighting terrorism, because when we go and look at the facts, what we find is more Americans have perished, more Americans have died under Republican control of the White House than all presidents combined. Listen to what Roger Ailes believes he is going to make the election about in 2010.
Jobs is the second issue in my view.
What's the first?
Safety and sovereignty of the United States. And I think people, when they see a guy get all the way over Detroit, he's too dumb to blow up his underpants, but he could have. And now we're in a situation where we're going to have to either, we took everybody's shoes off, now we're going to have to take everybody's underpants off, but the fact is that's not going to stop it. We've got to get much tougher. We've cut the hands off the CIA. We can't, it's not the Norwegians that are doing this. We know who it is. We can't seem to say it. So sooner or later, we're going to have to toughen up on all this stuff. And the American people know it, they feel it, and they're worried about it.
Make no mistake of what Roger Ailes, the president and CEO of Fox News, wants to do. He wants to change the narrative of this election. He wants to remove the economy, jobs, health care from the discussion. Why? Because really, the GOP does not have any real answers that pass any mathematical tests to the problems at hand. So therefore, the only way for them to convince people that this is the way to go, Republicans are the way to go, is to scare them to death. It's the same thing that was done in the 2004 election. You scare enough people to think that somehow the current administration is less than strong with terrorism. What's more important? Having some money or your life? That is the kind of wager, that is the type of messaging that will be coming across Fox News and all the entities within the GOP domain going forward. Take a look at the news and see them change the narrative. It is imperative that the mainstream media is not used to change that which affects Americans the most. Again, both administrations care about terrorism. Both parties care about terrorism. Both parties can do a good job against terrorism. We cannot be fooled or be scared into voting against our own interest.